Hi, I'm Temeko Richardson for The Sports Life. Given the discussions and lawsuits around player safety, I thought it would be fitting to hear what the Bonecrusher, NFL veteran Bernard Pollard, has to say about the style of play expected in the league today, especially since he was an integral part of the Ravens defense that happened to win the Super Bowl. We're here today with Bernard Pollard. So welcome, Bernard.
Thank you for having me.
A lot of things come to mind in terms of a title for Bernard Pollard. Super Bowl champ?
I'll take that one.
You'll take that one?
I'll take that
I mean, there are a lot of people that are in the Hall of Fame. They are not Super Bowl champs.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll take that one?
I'll take that one because, I mean, something you said, some people hold All-American, All-Pro, and all this and all that, and I'll take a Super Bowl champ.
Now, Bonecrusher. Now tell us about that one. And what does that mean to you?
That is a label that was given to me, a title that was given to me. I don't, people ask me all the time to sign that when I'm signing an autograph. I'll sign it sometimes. You know what? I should say I sign it 100% of the times. But that's not me. I just play the game. I just so happen to hit hard. Accidents happen. People get hurt when you get hit. I'm not looking to go out there and break bones. Those are not my intentions. Uh-huh. It just so happened to happen when I did that a couple times. So people just they
it just sticks to you.
It sticks to. I can't shake it.
You can't shake it.
I can't shake it.
You hit hard.
Right.
Accidents happen.
Right.
All these NFL rules. How does a player adjust, like you,
all right,
adjust their style of play to these rules?
As a professional, things are going to come around. Rules are going to change. I'm the type where, I can adapt to a certain point. I think, with some of the rules that they implementing, I don't think are correct. I think, we got a committee, we have a commissioner who never played the game. They don't understand how fast the game is, and they want to go in there and just because the public's saying, the perception of the public, they want to go ahead and change certain things, and that's not fair to us as players. It's not fair to our fans.
Well, not only that, you're saying the public has this perception.
Mm-hmm.
So you go to some of the games in certain stadiums,
right,
and you'll hear things like, they'll say crush them,
right,
step on them, whatever
right,
they say. And these are some of the fans that are very excited
mm-hmm,
about the violence of football.
Right.
And then you get the NFL, they're saying, oh, we care about our player safety,
right, and
we don't want them hurt, and we want to protect them.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you stand? So who do you play for? Do you play for the fans? Clearly the NFL is your employer.
Right.
Or who do you play for yourself in terms of the competitiveness?
Well, as far as the competitiveness, I'm playing for myself. Mm-hmm. And another thing, I'm playing because I've been blessed with an ability to go out there and play this game at a high level. I look at this thing. We as athletes, as football players, we have a short window to play this game. Mm-hmm. And for the league saying as far as the safety and everything else, that's another issue. When they're talking about how they're concerned about our safety. Well, you can't hand me a helmet, hand me shoulder pads and with some other pads and other parts of my body and then say go out there and be safe but hit each other.
Right.
Well, things are going to happen, regardless if we like it or not, ACLs are going to tear, legs are going to break, bruises are going to happen. And, we can't stop that. And I think they're trying to go over and beyond, trying to prevent these things, but it's just, it can't happen.
So do you think the concussion settlement was just?
Well, as you've seen, the judge, he threw it back and said, y'all be fools to sign this. The players deserve more. Mm-hmm. Now, I don't know all of the details as far as with a lot of situations. I actually just talked with a few people. You had guys going deaf. After they played, and I mean, if the training staff or if the team if they were lying to them and saying that it was this instead of that, well then they are justified, for what they're doing as far as filing suit and trying to collect for medical bills and everything else. But we as players, I know for me, I signed up for this game. I know that it's a possibility that I can go down at any play or in any play, and I respect this game, and I have too much respect for this game to try to come back and lowball anybody. And I'm just saying for me, I'm not saying that they're doing that.
Right. Now, from an NFL perspective, do you believe that the league is doing everything that they can in order to prepare the rookies to meet the standards of play from a defensive perspective?
Well, the league can have all the meetings they want. They can have all the seminars they want to have. They can have all the symposiums they want to have.
Right.
You're not going to understand this game until you're actually going through it.
Right.
You look at guys coming in, you look at the rookies coming in from college, from playing 12 games, now you're playing 16. Well, you have 4 preseason, now you got the playoffs, and so it's all football. It's no longer schoolwork. It's no longer study hall. Well, let's go to the halls here. Let's go to a frat house every now and again. This is work. This is how you're going to provide for your family. It's a production-based business. And if you're not producing, if you don't have that production, you're not going to be playing. I mean, as far as getting them ready for the field, you can do everything you want to do. It's not going to help. You look at the symposium, been going on for a long time. They get the best of the best in there to come talk to them, to try to rah-rah them up and this and that. And you still, right there after that symposium, you got guys going out DUIs. You got guys going out domestic violence. You got guys going, so all of this stuff, you're not going to stop that, so you're going to have to live and you're going to have to learn.
You are in the league and going on 9 years.
Right.
And you've had the opportunity to play with some of the best players, especially playing for the Ravens. You had Ray Lewis. You had probably one of the best safeties until you finished your career, Ed Reed. So what was that like to play around greats like that?
Well, just looking at that situation, just going into Baltimore, knowing I'm going to have 10 other guys with the same mentality that I have. And I say this, I've said this before and I say this again, we were 11 dogs without leashes on that football field. I'm speaking for the defensive side of the ball.
Right.
We were guys who we would do anything for each other. And that was just a great environment to be in. Playing with Ray, playing alongside Ed, I was able to learn so much from those guys as far as being leaders, being men, being examples to my peers, to in my home, just different things like that. I was able to learn so much from, and I truly, we've laughed together, we've cried together, man. We've won championships together. That's the key. So I think for all of us, we learned something from each other. We had a great time, and they will always, all those guys, all my teammates, man, will have a special place in my heart and in my life because we've accomplished something together that a lot of people haven't done.
Now, you played with Ed Reed, and I'm sure there were comparisons between how you played and how he played when you were with the Baltimore Ravens. Right. Clearly, in the Super Bowl this past year, the Seattle Seahawks, they crushed the Denver Broncos, and you had Earl Thomas, who was kind of like a sleeper safety over the past few years, and now it's like he's blossomed into this, he's just one of the best, or he's going to be one of the best. How do you compare yourselves to like a Earl or an Ed?
Right. As far as comparing them to, I've never played with Earl. I don't know Earl. He's a fantastic football player, but I've gotten a chance to play with Ed. Ed is probably one of the smartest football players I've ever been around.
Okay.
Ed is a guy who understands the game. He's played the game at a high level. He's a defensive player of the year. He's the Pro Bowls, the All Pros, Super Bowl champ. So
but you're Super Bowl champ.
You're right. And I mean, just comparing them to, I can't. Because it wouldn't be fair. Ed is going to go down as one of the best free safeties to ever play the game.
Okay.
Earl is going to get. I believe he's going to get there. He's a Super Bowl champ. He's a guy who played on a great team. And he's a great guy. But at the same time, my respect goes to both of them. But at the end of the day, I'm riding with Ed because I've been around him. I know him. I understand his work ethic. I know what he puts into this game, and I know what he's doing as a man, and I respect him.
Interesting that you guys kind of did reverse positions. You were the Texans first, and then you went to the Ravens, and he went Ravens, Texans. Well, now he's with the Jets.
Right.
So it's interesting in terms of how you guys maneuvered and had kind of cross paths. The next thing that I was going to talk about, you talked about it, MCLs, ACLs, kind of torn. How did that feel? And how many times did people ask you about, like, do you just hate the Patriots, or is there like an inner working when you're out there on the field against the Patriots and you're like, they will never be the champs? Like, I mean, how did you feel when you found out that Tom Brady, his season was ended?
You know what?
And you're the cause.
I know, right? It's the game. I think a lot of people hated that because he's Tom Brady. He's with New England. He is the face of the league.
Well, your former teammate can't stand him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think for me, I play this game, and like I said, when it comes to me, I know I can go down at just a drop of a dime, the snap of a finger. You can go down on any play, and a quarterback's not exempt. Was it done on purpose? No. I don't play this game to be malicious at all. I think, when you have players playing this game to be malicious, you're going to end up getting hurt. But it was a football play. I tried to make a play, and
they made a rule after your play.
Right. And I mean, it was a football play, man, and he got hurt, and every other injury from, my standpoint to theirs, was football plays.
Right. But Patriots, let's see, Tom Brady, Wes Welker, Rob Gronkowski, Stephen Ridley.
Yeah.
It's 4.
I can't help it.
You can't help it?
I can't. I mean, I'm not
You're
going.
You're just operating in excellence.
Well.
In your competitiveness.
I'm going to finish the play.
You're going to finish the play?
I'm going to finish the play.
Finish the play.
Yeah.
All right. I'm not mad at that. How much have you paid in fines?
I've paid a lot of money. And I mean,
How much of that is because you forgot while you're on the field because the competitiveness takes over and the adrenaline takes over and you forget that there's a rule in play? Or how much of that is there's 50 million rules and how are you going to ever remember them?
Well, see, that's the crazy thing. And that's why I tell a lot of people, as far as me being a defensive player, for us as defensive backs, we are backpedaling and we are taught to react. So like I said, we already at a disadvantage when the play starts because we're backpedaling as they're running forward at us. And when they're cutting and breaking, now we have to react off that. Now you're telling us to go make a tackle. But okay, when you go make the tackle, don't go high. Okay, well now, since all the ACLs and everything are tearing, well, don't go low either. But if we hitting them in the chest area or below, then all of a sudden, oh, well, your helmet grazed them, so that's a flag, and that's $30,000.
Right.
So we don't know what to do. And so for me as a player, I chalk it up every year. I gotta say, set $100,000 aside because you're gonna pay that. And I mean, for me.
Wait, do you just know that, or you just?
I know it.
You know it.
Well, I know it because
you're the Bonecrusher.
No, I hit hard, and I mean, I don't say that to I'm not a big head. I don't, I hit hard, and there safeties like me, they're trying to get out the league, and I'm just being perfectly honest with you. They don't want old school. I'm an old school player, the Ronnie Lotts, the Atwaters, the Braxtons, that's who I am. Night Train, so that's I embrace that, and they want that out, and so. I'm not.
You think they want that out to save their image?
They want it out to save their image, and they want it out because, now all of a sudden receivers and tight ends are running across the middle with no fear now because you can't touch them. And like I told the league, and like I tell my teammates, if somebody come across the middle, you're gonna make them pay. And that's the philosophy we had in Baltimore. You come across the middle, we gonna hit you. I don't care what the league gotta say. I don't care what Roger Goodell gotta say. You tell me last time Roger Goodell suited up and put on a helmet and some shoulder pads and went out there and played a game ever in his life. Tell me, and I'll shut up. But I can't respect somebody who's trying to drop down the law and never played this game at a high level. I can't respect it at all.
Between all the fines and the newer rules, football players are definitely having to adjust. Let's just hope it does not become so restrictive that it is lowered to tag football, especially for the likes of the competitive players like Bernard. And of course, us, the fans. Be sure to check out the second part of the interview next week, where we discuss what it takes to stay in the league. Thanks for watching.